my beautiful buddies, and welcome to a video about my favorite mods and mods I really think are good for anybody, whether you have a channel or not, because these are some that I really think are really good for gameplay and for creative sims that are just kind of like the essentials that any of you guys could really benefit from. I know this has been requested for me before, actually on a stream, and that's actually what I want to go in and talk to you guys about. So, as you guys may or may not know, I've talked about having a Twitch channel for a while, and I have made one. It is called Rosebud Official. It is down in the description below, and I am going to start streaming on there from now on. Instead of like doing it here on YouTube. So if you guys are interested and you guys want to see more content from me, definitely go and give me follow. It'll help out the channel a lot. You can just like go ahead and follow me here. And also, too, you guys don't have to worry, too. Following here is free. You can follow anybody on Twitch. It is free to make an account. It's basically just like YouTube, but mainly for live streaming. So if you guys are kind of sad because you say, hey, I'm not that great with live streams and things like that, they can always, we'll go back in like the video roll, like in the videos tab, and you guys can rewatch them later if you want, if you really miss one. I'd really appreciate it too if you guys came, or you maybe even if you can't come, maybe if you just watch back later, I still appreciate it. I want to try to start streaming either on Fridays or Saturdays every other week, depending on my schedule. I usually let you guys know on Twitter. If not, then I'm sure you guys can just check and you guys will get the little email about when I go live, if you're following me. So yeah, go ahead. I've updated all my panels and things like that for you guys to go ahead and check out. I'm auto streaming, Kiwi simming right now, so yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the mods part of this video. So I'm doing this in kind of two different sections. I'm doing this in creative sim mods, and then I'm doing this in like normal gameplay mods. But the first one I'm going to show you guys is the more columns mod in chaste. So this is a mod, honestly, that I think all of you guys should have, just because if you have custom content, it is so hard to look through all that custom content with just like the 2 rows, unless you really only have like maybe like 10-20 things at max. But like this is so nice. Personally, I prefer the 3-row one, but you can get 4. I think it depends on what kind of computer you have. Personally, when I first started, like, you know, like starting using CC, I was on my older computer and it could only have 3. So when I upgraded my computer and I was able to have 4, because the 4 one, like having 4 columns doesn't cut off if you have a bigger screen, higher resolution, which I do now. It still looked weird to me. I don't know. I couldn't get used to the 4. I've always liked the 3, but it's up to your preference. Some people really like the 4. It just all goes down to personal preference. And yeah, you can just go ahead here on Mod of the Sims. It's just simply called More Columns in Create a Sim. I think this one isn't really difficult to like put in. I think you only have to unzip it and place it in your mods folder, but you do have to be warned that some of these mods you are going to have to enable script mods in your menu, like settings menu. So just warning you. I don't think this is one of them, but I think it just in case, you should just enable that button and you'll be good to go. Okay, so the next one is another chaste mod, and it is the chaste lighting overhaul. So I really like this mod because it gets rid of the bluish and greenish tint when you go in to create a sim. Now, I really didn't know what this is for. Originally, when I seen this, I seen another simmer saying this is really great, and I was like, I really don't know what it's for. But if you're someone who likes to edit pictures, or you're interested in editing pictures at all, or maybe even if you just like the aesthetic of just like, you know, like a real, like more realistic picture rather than like the more cartoony lighting type, then you probably will like this. I have the render lighting. I personally like the render lighting. It's more similar to It's like kind of like how like EA does their like renders for the official like, you know, posters for expansion packs and things like that. That's the kind of look you get from it. Honestly, I never had the neutral spotlight, so I can't tell you like what's the difference between these two, because they look rather similar in the picture, but I couldn't tell you unless I like had it in my game. But I've always liked the render lighting, and I've had it in my game for a long time. Extremely recommend it. Overexposed is just like a little bit too much for me, but like if you like the overexposed look, you do it, girl or boy, you know, like just go ahead and do it. It really doesn't look like it does much right now, but I'm telling you guys, in game, it like you can definitely tell the difference. It's like studio lighting, but for your Sims. Okay, the next one is a mod, but kind of not really like a real mod, and it's just like a chaste background. So you guys know when people have like those like random different chaste backgrounds and things like that, and not the like, you know, typical bluish green one. Well, Urban Sims has like a really lot of them, and she just came out with her fall pack, so go and check it out. Personally, I haven't downloaded like one of these yet, and I'm still like debating whether or not I want to go for the olive green or like the dusty purple. But yeah, she also has lots of different colors, lots of different like, I guess, like palettes, so you guys can go and check those out. This is another one I really like, because it kind of just like personalizes your Kaz, you know, gives it a little different extra. And personally, I really like the flat background ones, just because they're easier for your Sims to cut out, again, if you like to edit your Sims, but you don't have to if you don't. And the next one is a gameplay mod. Okay, these from now on are all gameplay mods. And this one is like the mother of all mods. Like, if you don't walk away with any of these mods here and you're like, you know what, I'm not interested in all the Kaz ones, I don't do any editing for pictures, I don't have a channel, I'm not interested in that stuff, that's okay. But honestly, you need MC Command Center. This was the first mod I think I ever installed, really, when I first getting into like the whole modding center. And you know what, guys, I am so happy. I am so happy that I downloaded this, because it does so many different things. So like, for instance, with this mod, you can even go ahead and turn on like, you know, like changes for the whole entire neighborhood. I forget what that's called, but you know, like your neighbors will get married and have kids and get jobs and move into different houses and things like that. And it will like story progression. Like you'll have story progression in your game, and that's mainly why I like it a lot. But you can also easily scale up Sims if you're doing them for like a storyline and you're like, I don't want to start at 0 and I don't want to type in these long cheats. This is also good for that. Also, too, if you want to have like maybe more like options about if your Sim is pregnant and they're having a baby, you could have them have a boy or girl, or you can even like terminate the pregnancy if you're like going for a sad storyline. Like, there are so many options of different things that you could like look into. Like, honestly, like you could I could probably make an entire like video just in depth about this mod if you really wanted me to. But it does so many different things. I definitely recommend it, and it for anyone, like really anyone. Like this, like if you don't want, like I said, if you don't walk away with any mods today, go with MC Commander Center, because it is so good. You have to download the Woohoo one separately, but you don't have to get that one if you don't want to. I think that's the extension, though, if you want like more like options, if you want to control like the gender of your baby and different things like that. I could be wrong, though. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, this one is definitely a goodie. Okay, the next one is the UI cheat extension mod. And now some of you guys are like, why do I need this? You know, like that's cheating. But it really has more benefits to it than just that. If you're someone too, like if you're doing something and you want something to start later in The Sims, you're also able to go ahead and fast forward the time and like jump time to that if you really wanted to. It does almost kill your Sims, but you know, we won't talk about that. And also too, you can also like skill up. I think you can skill up your Sims like with a click of the button for this way too. So this is like another option too. I like, besides doing it the MC Command Center way. Personally, I like doing it that way better just because it's easier for me, but to each its own. And of course, you can also drag up your Sims needs, which is why most people, I guess, get this. I remember this used to be like a cheat in The Sims 2 and 3. Like if you had your like testing cheats enabled true, whatever it was back then. And you could like just click up their needs if you really needed to, but that was the thing that's like not in The Sims 4. So personally, that's why I really like it. I don't like to cheat a lot if I don't have to, but if I notice like I'm doing something in the storyline, or I really want my sim to focus on like, you know, like a skill, then, you know, I don't want them to stop to go pee. This mod is perfect for you. Really good for Let's Players, if you're like more into the storyline, just because it kind of can get in the way of like when you're trying to tell a story, then like your Sim's needs are like poop. So yeah, always good for that. And the next one too is another one of my real favorite ones besides the MC Command Center, and it is Explore mod. So the Explore mod is basically kind of like how in The Sims 3 you had your Sims go ahead and go to, you know, like the rabbit holes. They would go to the restaurant, but you wouldn't actually see them eat, or they would like go to the spa and, you know, like get a facial or something like that, and you wouldn't get to see them. That's basically kind of what it does. And I know some people don't like that, just because you're like, oh, I like being able to see where my Sims go. That's like the whole good thing about The Sims 4. But I think it's good to have both options, because like I said, if you're a story Let's Player and you have a big family, you're not gonna have time in a full episode to like go ahead and, you know, take everybody in your family, you know, to like where they want to go. You know, let's say Bob needs to go to the restaurant, you know, like he was gonna go restaurant with his friends, but you're really focused on Betty, you know, like you really have to like choose like one or the other. And this one kind of gives you the illusion of doing both, you know? Like, you might be able to go out with Betty with her friends to the spa, but you still can have Bob go out to the restaurant with his friends. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, this one's a little bit more imaginary, but it does give you a lot of cool options. Like, you know, you can go find a service, do something fun, go on vacation. You can even, like, I even think there's, like, an opportunity for, like, making money with like temporary work and like volunteering, maybe. I think with this, I like it says all here. I think volunteering is actually an in-game thing, but yeah, you can go on dates, you can gamble. Like there's so many things like you can do with this mod, and it is so fun. Oh, you can have takeout now. That's really cool. And like you can go study at the library for the kids and get all of their homework done. Like there's so many different cool things that you could do with this. I really think it's fun. Again, even if you're someone who like is not, you know, like into the whole like showing off on YouTube and Twitch and whatever. Well, not showing off, you know what I mean, like just like sharing gameplay, you can use this for yourself too. Like this is like, these are fun like things that really add to your game for like MC Command Center, Explore mod. The next one is really similar. This is Little Sam's social activities mod, and this is really similar to Explore mod. It's basically like the same concept, only you do it using your cell phone and not like by clicking on your Sims and like doing it that way. And yeah, you could do basically like kind of like similar things like visit friends, visit family, visit acquaintances, you know, go on a date. There's a lot of different things you could do with this too. I personally like having both in my game just because they give me different options, but I don't think maybe they aren't necessarily to have both. If you're like really like, I can't handle all these mods, my game can't handle it, then maybe you could choose one or the other. But I think they're both really great, and I think you both should really go ahead and check them out. Okay, so the last one we have here is Not for the Faint of Heart. And I know some of you guys are like, hold on your chair right now. You're like, oh my god, what is this? Extreme Violence mod? But yes, this is like Extreme Violence mod, and the reason why I really like this one is this isn't one I keep in my game like 24/7. I do take this one in and out as I need it, personally, but I really like it for things in the storylines and things like that. Like, for instance, like Let's Play Pleasant View, that's freaking juicy, you know? Like, we have people like beating each other up, and like, you know, there might be murders in the game and things like that. And this is a really good way, I think, of like really like putting like actions to the words. Like, I do like, okay, this isn't a violent mod, but I will say the animations are freaking hilarious. So they're like not like, you know, like some like realistic type of stuff. Like, if you have like a sense of humor on you, then you could probably appreciate this mod, especially for someone like, you know, like you're playing like the Black Widow challenge, and like you like want, you know, your sim to like, you know, kill their husband or something crazy like that, then you got it here. And I promise I'm not crazy. A lot of people like this mod, but yeah, this is another really, really good one. And those are basically all of my must-have mods, I guess I should say, my favorite ones. It changes all the time. If you guys like these types of videos, let me know, because I'd be willing to like maybe do more mod reviews in the future, or maybe even showing off next time like my very favorite pieces of basic CC, if you guys want something like that too. Make sure you guys go ahead and go and follow me over on Twitch. You know, like I want to try to get to that like 100 follower mark. 37 of you actually followed me already, and I haven't even like streamed yet, so I think that's like really, really sweet. So, and like I'm really, really appreciative. And also too, don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me, of course, on all my social media, link down below, and I will talk to you guys later. Okay, bye bye bye.
Thank you.